All right, my Aquarian babies, what is coming up for you guys? This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Next week on the 20th, I'm going to be doing a class on your soul contracts. So we're going to be talking about a few astrological placements in your chart. And I'm going to be talking about how you know what a soul contract is with another person and how to work on it. All right, how to clear it. So if you want to jump onto that class, there's a link below. Okay. All right. So let's see what's going on for Aquarius mid-February 2024. Allow your work to become your art. Bloom where you're planted. That's interesting. And you decided to wake up, or else why did you draw me? All right, definitely we're in the energy of seeking information right now. I'm definitely feeling that. And I do feel like some of you need to know that you're in the right place. All right, some of you may be feeling either a little bit bored or a little bit unsure that you're doing the right thing. I feel like it's less about the right thing. Sorry, air quotes, girl today. Than it is for you to kind of let things flow. Don't be so, in other words, don't be so worried about whether something is the right thing, because I feel like the definition of right is like taking it out of you, because I feel like you're in the right place. You get me? So this is like, if your definition of the right thing comes from people or expectations outside of you, it's time to look inside you. If you feel aligned, that's good enough. Okay. You don't have to do anything else. Some of you are really looking to outside approval too much, right? You're in the right place. Don't seek anyone else's approval. Okay. I also feel like some of you are maybe feeling like you have to defend something that you're doing or not doing. I don't think you do. Again, it's about outside approval. I think that's something that is unnecessary. Do you hear me? I think you know that. 10 of Pentacles. It can be about your family, trying to get the approval of your family. And I also am like, well, you don't need my approval, right? Like you don't need to, I don't know why, like you need to hear me say that, but it's not about me giving you approval for what you're doing or not doing. It's just that it's like, just like, hey, wake up to this idea that you are all you need. 10 of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, this Hermit energy, and this Queen of Swords. Oh, look at that. And the Ace of Pentacles. Could be dealing with a Sag. All right. I love this card here. Okay, I can't help myself. This is the Ace of Cups. All right. I feel like because in this card, in the Eight of Cups, you see how he's like looking at the Ace of Cups out here. Some of you are walking away from a situation that wasn't terrible or anything like that, but it's not what you're seeking. And I feel like the situation wasn't bad. And so I feel like you might have some very critical friends or family members who are trying to get you to reconsider walking away from a situation because they don't get it. All right. They just don't get it. There's something new and awesome in your future. I feel like you're seeing it. Could be dealing with an air sign or a Virgo or a Sagittarius. There's something in your future that is awesome. And if you try to get permission from other people, I almost feel like you question yourself too much. And I think that's what the universe is trying to tell you right now. Like, you are a work of art. You are your own best arbiter of what's good for you. And I think the faster that you recognize that, the better. Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles are coming in. Walking away from a situation. And I just have this terrible story in my head about I was getting divorced and it was very amicable. And I got a lot of backlash from people who couldn't understand that. Okay. And some of the things that they said to me were horrific. Like, the only reason to leave a situation is, abuse, or it was just like this. I don't know. I mean, first of all, it was none of their business. But second of all, it was pretty gross. It was like revealing that what these folks kind of thought was a way of holding me in place by disapproving and by saying I wasn't being beaten. So why couldn't I just be satisfied with not being beaten? Right. I know. Gross. Okay. So, 4 of Cups here. Somebody's in this same experience, having that same experience. Some of you might be leaving careers. Some of you might be leaving things behind that other people, there's an alternative agenda here. I'm sure you probably are recognizing this. There's an alternative agenda that if you leave and they didn't, the people who say that to you have had a similar desire to leave behind, fill in the blank, and they didn't do it. And now they see you doing it, and they don't like it. Because you know why? It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with the fact that they see themselves in that mirror, and they don't like what they're looking at. They wish they could have done what you're doing. Okay? So I see you here, this 4 of Cups energy, very much a bit of a stagnation. So you could feel stagnant at this job. You could feel like it's not fulfilling, or something's not fulfilling. And I'm kind of going back here going, you know what? I feel like you've looked at things like, what could I do better? What needs to grow? I do feel like you've put some time and effort into this. It's not like just a whim that and you know what? You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. 4 of Cups. High Priestess. There's another dream. Emperor. You have or had another dream. Some of you are dealing with people who are toxic. And they're toxic because they're like dream killers, okay? Or they're people who don't have the same dream as you. We're not even going to talk. We're not even going to like lay it at their feet that they're dream killers. Some of you may be having that experience. Others of you are like, this just isn't it. Okay? And a new dream has come to pass. There's that Ace of Cups floating in the air. Just like this. There's that 8 of Cups floating in the air. Ace of Cups floating in the air. There's another dream that you have that maybe is just waking up in you. Yes, that's right. 8 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, the Devil energy, and the Queen of Cups. I feel like we can all agree that there's definitely a desire by people who don't follow their dreams, that when someone else does, they get real freaked out by that. They also get real prickly about that. They don't like you showing them up. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not doing it because of you. Like, stop flattering yourself that that I'm like going to change my life because I want to kind of shine a mirror on you not doing it for you. It's a little narcissistic, just saying. But people get angry about other people making choices. And it's really about like asking yourself. So you could be the person who's watching another person make a big decision in their life, and you're doing nothing. Okay. You're doing nothing about your own situation. And you're kind of like, there could be another person making a choice, right? Like this could be a colleague at work, like quitting this job, and you both have been complaining about it for like 10 years. And they're like, yeah, see, I'm gone. I got something new. And you're like, or someone's getting a divorce and they're like, This has really not been okay for me for a long time. And though they're telling you the story, if you feel rage rising up in you, it's like it's time to ask yourself, like, how am I impacted by this at all? What is this showing to me? What is this shining a mirror on for myself? Okay. What do I need to look at? If you have any emotion around somebody else doing something, there's definitely a trigger going on in you about you. It's not really about them. So, Aquarius, I feel like you might be the focus of other people's anger, rage, especially if you're making choices that they wish they had. I see this devil card down here. I feel like some people feel very stuck in their own situation. I feel like you've been stuck for a long time. 4 to 8 years of being stuck. And some of you may not feel like it was stuck until something external to you, some person, you don't even have to know them, right? They could be a famous person, or they could be someone on your Facebook page that you haven't talked to since 7th grade or whatever it is. But like someone's making a big change. And if you feel triggered by that, ask yourself why. Because I feel like there's something coming up that's going to shine a light on you being dissatisfied with a part of your life. And you're like, okay, they're going to go and have a good relationship, or they're leaving a relationship that wasn't good, and they're doing something for themselves. Like, why am I not doing that? If you're leaving and other people are triggered by it, there's nothing for you to do. Okay, there's nothing for you to do. I do feel like this is something you might keep secret. And there's a good reason for that, because if other people are triggered by what you're doing, maybe you don't even know why you're keeping it secret. But when it comes out, when you tell the boss, or when you ask for the divorce, or when you tell your family or something like that, stuff's going to come out. Emperor. Stuff's going to come out. And the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is old patterns kind of showing up. Stuff's going to come out. And I just kind of feel like I want you to look at this differently, right? I'm kind of getting, I wish I was getting the Hanged Man here. I feel the Hanged Man energy here, which is about seeing things from a new perspective. This is good enough for me. The 2 of Wands. See how he's looking at the globe? The Ace of Wands is standing free. He's got the other one in his hand. He is empowering himself to make choices. The Aries energy of empowering oneself to make choices. And I almost feel like you're making this decision because you recognized that a situation in your life was either done or doesn't have anything else to bring you. And you're seeing this for what it is. You're also seeing that you have done some work around this. So I really like this, Aquarius. I feel like you're doing some work on yourself. I feel like you're self-reflective. I feel like if somebody triggered you when they made a choice and you got triggered maybe years ago, and you've not done, and you're like, all of us, like this reading is resonating for you on a couple of levels, that this happened a long time ago to you, and you were triggered by someone else's change. And now you're in the position where you might be making some changes, or you might be moving, you might be doing some things that is in resonance with your true self. Bloom where you're planted. So you are in the right place, even if you're feeling like you want to make a change, because it has shown up in your life that there's a trigger or an anger around someone else doing something that has nothing to do with you. I feel like you're also going to get this in the face when you make a change. So this is like a cycle. Okay, this is a cycle, and this is also something coming full circle. This may be a repeat of a cycle. Like you watching someone else do something and you're triggered, and now you're doing something and other people are triggered. And it's like oh yeah, I remember this feeling. So what I feel like you're getting to is your heart. I feel like you are finally feeling your feelings, Aquarius. And I am a Venus in Aquarius. So I'm telling you that Venus in Aquarius is can be very cool and very separate from their emotions. And so sometimes you can make choices completely logically. And though there's nothing, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to hate myself for saying it, but there's nothing wrong with that. But, and maybe that has been in the past that you're like, there's nothing wrong with that. Completely logical choice. I'm all in. But now you're looking at it from a place of wisdom. Okay. Like I've made choices like that in the past that have nothing to do with my feelings. And I'm in a new place now. I am going to make a new decision for myself that's based on my heart and not on my logic, not solely on logic. I feel like that's going to trigger the shit out of all these people. I feel like if you make a decision that is based on your heart, get ready. Get ready for people to blast you. And then whistle a happy tune as you're doing it. All right. So let's see where we go with this. There is something happening within the next 4 weeks around this. Some of you could be leaving behind a job. Some of you could just be leaving behind a pattern of love relationship, a pattern of taking jobs because I logically think that's the next step. But your heart is saying, no, no, no. Go this direction. It's time to listen to your heart, Aquarius. It's time to listen to your heart. So let's dive deeper into that and see what that means. Link is below if you want to continue on with me. I will look at what you don't see coming, and I will also look at what the blocks are that you can work through, and we'll see where this unfolds. Okay, link is below. I'll see you over there, Aquarius. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.